Dyer's Ancient is under attack. Dyer has allowed their Ancient to feel the wrath of their enemies. Dyer's Ancient is being desecrated. Dyer's Ancient shakes from enemy blows. Dyer's Ancient is being ravaged by the Radiant. Dyer has opened up to an attack on their Ancient. Such hard labor, misdirected by incompetence, and dare I say, cowardice. The Old Ones stare at this misstep, drooling, mad, witless. Study this folly and learn from their pitiful mistakes. It will be surprising if they can recover from this misstep. Dazed, reeling, about to break. Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Radiant has allowed their Ancient to feel the wrath of their enemies. Radiant's Ancient is being desecrated. Radiant's Ancient shakes from enemy blows. Radiant's Ancient is being ravaged by the Dyer. Radiant has opened up to an attack on their Ancient. Your Ancient is under attack. Your Ancient suffers the wrath of the enemy. Enemies desecrate your Ancient. Your Ancient shakes from enemy blows. Your Ancient is being destroyed by enemy forces. Why do you allow your Ancient to be attacked? Fool! Enemies threaten your Ancient. I shudder to think of your inexorable descent back to the pit. It seems fortune has stolen away in the shadows of your failure. Few in number have recovered from such an onerous setback. Is it so dishonorable to yield when the fates have clearly sealed your doom? Perhaps you have already given up, overwhelmed by weaklings and simpletons. Dyer team ban. Enemies turn to ban. Damn their malice. Pray they do not foul your stratagem. Ambitions disrupted. Tactics fouled. Radiant team ban. Your turn to ban. Suffocate their hopes with focused fury. Deny them any advantage. Undermine their will to survive. How curious that such measured strategy can so quickly fall foul to the howling winds of chaos. The battle begins. Stoke your rage. The battle begins. Burn down your reason and throttle all mercy. Battle is nigh. Fly again to the fields of slaughter, a twisted cycle uninterrupted throughout blind eternity. Return to me decorated with gruesome trophies torn from your opponents. Give no quarter, for none shall be granted. Prepare for battle. The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood. Roshan's prized possession has slipped from his dying grasp. Roshan has fallen again. A fine furbolg cheese goes to the most cunning opportunist. A mortal blow landed on the fool martyr Roshan. He has dropped something most precious. 10 seconds to battle. 10 seconds until chaos and subhuman instincts reign. 30 seconds to battle. 30 seconds until the brutal contest commences. 5 seconds remain. 10 seconds remain. Dyer's courier has been killed. Death has come to Dyer's courier. Dyer's courier has been killed by cynical marauders. Sadly, Dyer's brave courier was taken for granted until its demise. Mourn Dyer's courier, for it has been murdered. This simple beast now lies unmourned, unburied, discarded for all its unfailing loyalty. It finds itself easily discarded after a life of singular loyalty. Now it lies buried, its pack laden with trinkets and shiny baubles, or was it priceless artifacts? A king's grand expenditure, squandered, spilled, it now lies in the rotting earth of a lowly pack animal's grave. The value carried was modest, but nothing should be taken for granted on this unforgiving battlefield. Their cause may suffer the consequences of losing a considerable amount of coin, and certainly that of most precious time itself. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's courier, innocent of any bloodshed, has been slain. Radiant's courier has fallen to desperate fiends. Radiant's courier has been slain. Radiant's courier, indispensable to their cause, has been killed by cowards. Defeat is temporary, but shame is eternal. No songs are written for the conquered, no statues erected in their memory. Perhaps they will spare your kin and children, then again, perhaps not. Fatal wounds, now stinging with mockery and dishonor, all is lost. Fueled by your unreasoning hatred and dire cunning, you have shattered the enemy. See that it does not consume you as well. By your steel and a legacy of unspeakable acts, the villains lie bleeding and crushed. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this one, not today. Take heed, this profane weapon has a knack for ending up in the wrong hands. It thrives on strife and chaos. A pitiful death, blood spills into the very fountain of life itself. Is there no greater comedy than a fool slain at the very fount of healing? Conflict has its own gravity, pulling all heroes into carnage with unstoppable resonance. Bear witness to the ultimate strife, as all are pitted against one another. A sea of murder and ruin, an ephemeral monument to death and glory. To see the unseeable is a terrible blessing, one that can drive a fragile mind over the edge. Dyer's structures are fortified. Dyer's structures are made invincible for a short time. The enemy's structures are fortified. A strange energy field engulfs your enemy's buildings. Occult energy guards your enemy's buildings. Your enemy's buildings are warded by unknowable power. The enemy has fortified its structures. This is a desperate maneuver. The foot is already upon the throat. A parlor trick. Simple but useful. A strange school of magic, but not without its uses. Destruction will follow soon enough. This is but a slight delay. Shrewd application of occult power wards your buildings. Unfathomable energies protect your buildings. A strange field protects your buildings. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant structures are impervious to damage. Abaddon, master of the black mist of Avernus. Alchemist, an unbalanced pair of jailbreakers questing after the ultimate transmutation. Ancient apparition, immortal elemental, born of the cold, infinite void. Anti-mage, nemesis of the dark god and of all those who wield magic. Axe, the ruthless general of the red mist. Bane, the avatar of waking nightmares, and the essence of fear itself. Batrider, thrill-seeker extraordinaire who rules the skies. Beastmaster, embodiment of nature's primal savagery. Bloodseeker, hound of the flayed twins whose bloodlust demands unceasing sacrifice. Bounty hunter, stalker for profit. Brewmaster, drunken seeker of enlightenment through libation. Bristleback, a paradoxical combination of dedicated training and hundreds of tavern brawls. Broodmother, who will slay any threat to her offspring. Centaur Warrunner, a mighty warrior fixated on becoming legend. Chaos Knight, planeslider who seeks to finally extinguish the source of the light. Chen, scourge of the unbeliever. Clinks, slayer of Maraxiform and cursed to feel the agony of death forever. Clockwork, master of ambush and engineer of mechanized destruction. Crystal Maiden, outcast master of the frozen arts. Dark Seer, stranger in a strange land and master of strategy. Dazzle, fanatical shadow priest of the Dazen Order. Death Prophet, she who peers beyond the veil yet is unable to die. Disruptor, ruler of thunder and lightning. Doom, the insatiable Lucifer, destined ruler of the world. Drow Ranger, whose arrows whisper death's secret names as they fly from the shadows. Earth Spirit, the living might of the earth itself. Earthshaker, Earth's mortal avatar, Elder Titan. Our shattered world is said to be a reflection of his fractured soul. Ember Spirit, teacher of the ways of the burning celestial. Enchantress, a cheerful sylvan wanderer. Enigma, none can truly tell his tale or know what he is. Faceless Void, he who exists outside of time can wield it to great effect. Gyrocopter, perfecter of mechanized flight. Oscar, beware the one whose power grows with injury. Invoker, the quasi-immortal prodigy of magic. Io, the inscrutable embodiment of universal mysteries. Jakiro, living, breathing contradiction who wields both fire and ice. Juggernaut, from the sunken Isle of Masks, tirelessly devoted to swordplay and ritual. Keeper of the light, a cunning disguise for one who lives in all planes at once and bears the power of infinite light. Conquer, commander of the ghost ship and wielder of the legendary Tidebringer. Legion Commander, leader of the destroyed Bronze Legion, pursues vengeance against those from the abyss. Lishrak, who once peered into the chronoptic crystals and found only horror at the core of all existence. Lich, master of ice magic and enslaver of kingdoms, trapped in an undying parody of his former life. Life Stealer, this strange body holds two minds who seek to infiltrate the psyche of others. Lena, proud and bright like the all-consuming power of fire that she wields with cunning. Lion, corrupted demon witch driven only by infinite rage. Lone druid of the forgotten Bear Clan, burdened with the keeping of the legendary Seed of Renewal. Luna, the dreaded Moon Rider, guardian of the Night Silver Woods. Lycan, sole heir of the forgotten House of Ambry, cursed to lycanthropy by his own king. Magnus, the proud Magnosaurus, bent on revenge to those who despoiled his homeland and kin. Medusa, youngest of the Gorgons, gave up her radiant beauty for immortal power. Meepo, elusive and enigmatic, it is said he can split himself without dividing his power. Mirana, she surrendered the solar throne to serve the goddess of the moon. Morphling, spawned from a comet, born into battle. Naga Siren, sinuous and serpentine, yet bound by the most rigid honor. Nature's prophet, who sprouted from Verodicia's body to nurture and defend the woods. Necrophos, the Pope of Pestilence, whose power grows as his plague corrupts and devours its victims. Night Stalker, beware nightfall, for he watches and waits for those who stray from torchlight. Nyx Assassin, shaped from a grub into a killing machine to destroy the enemies of his goddess. Ogre Magi, singular prodigy of an exceptionally dull race and said to be graced by divine luck herself. Omni-Knight, the only one who dared question the omniscience and was made stronger for it. Oracle, a mysterious soothsayer from another dimension, doomed to shape fate with his predictions. Outworld Devourer, a terrifying being whose arrival foreshadows an even greater threat. Phantom Assassin, veiled sister of a mysterious order of which she alone still recalls her true name. Phantom Lancer, this curious being is infused with reflective shards, remnants of a dead wizard's life force. Phoenix, child of galactic suns whose destiny is intertwined with the mortals of this plane. Puck, the infant form of a fairy dragon. Is mischief its sole purpose, or does something darker stir within? Pudge, battlefield butcher and consummate consumer of carrion. Pugna, part of a legacy of reincarnated beings who have mastered the destructive power of oblivion itself. Queen of Pain, Succubus of torment, herald of agony. Razor, lightning lord from the underscape. Riki, orphan of the great Talin dynasty, master of invisibility and assassination. Rubik, who became Grand Magus when he discovered he could turn the powers of his predecessors against them. Sand King, avatar of the great sentient sands that flood the scintillant waste. Shadow Demon, infinite corrupter of those who would dare summon him. Shadow Fiend, dark and unfathomable collector of souls. Shadow Shaman, master of the mysterious serpent wards. He seeks only to live and let live. Silencer, the grim nemesis of magic users and all those who wield arcane energies. Skywrath Mage, a powerful mage cursed by tradition to protect the one he hates the most. Slardar, protector of the sunken treasures found in the ink-black depths of the seas. Slark, deeply cunning, and the only one to ever escape the dreaded prison of Dark Reef. Sniper, ruled by dark prophecy, and exiled from his people. Spectre, a strange being who incarnates solely to pursue combat. Spirit Breaker, a plane-shifting elemental force who serves a hidden master. Storm Spirit, capricious fate has infused this mortal frame with the eternal power of the storm. Sven, desecrator of the Vigil Codex that had doomed his father. He answers to no one but himself. Techies, do give this explosive trio a wide berth. Templar Assassin, sworn protector of the hidden temple, wherein she drinks deeply from the fountain of hidden knowledge. Terror Blade, once a demon, yet was found to be too foul, too terrible by his own kin. Beware his twisted intent. Tide Hunter, nemesis of Kunkka, devoted to Maelron the Tentacular. Timber Saw, lone survivor of Augury Bay, a town decimated by carnivorous plants and murderous trees. Tinker, one of a race who arrogantly plumbed the inner workings of nature itself, and thus doomed the Violet Plateau. Tiny, an ever-growing expression of mineral intelligence seeking self-awareness. Treant Protector, selected by his sentient plant brethren to scout the outer lands and anticipate any threat to their hidden sanctuary. Troll Warlord, exiled from his own race for being too vexatious. Tusk, the snowball from Cobalt. He bested the bristled bruiser after a legendary brawl. Undying, chosen by the dead god to spread his dirge across the land. Ursa, known as Ulfsar, a proud and mighty warrior as dependable as he is ferocious. Vengeful Spirit, betrayed and wings broken, she made a forbidden pact to enact her vengeance. Venomancer, once an herbalist, now an abominable hybrid of orchid and reptile whose venom is infinitely potent. Viper, a soaring monstrosity who used forbidden knowledge to enhance its own toxins. Visage, spectral gargoyle charged with hunting those souls who by chance or determined cunning have escaped the veil between life and death. Warlock, indefatigable pursuer of lost tomes and master scholar of the eldritch arts they contain. Weaver, once maintainer of the warp and weft of reality itself, now exiled for daring to weave his own fate. Windranger, once known as Lirelai, favored godchild of the capricious wind. Winter Wyvern, rare member of the Dragon Scholars. She lives for the adventure of finding rare tomes. Witch Doctor, ancient twisted being who has cultivated the power and discipline to heal or destroy. Wraith King, he distrusted his mortal flesh and instead transformed himself into a deathless being with the energy shed by the sacrifice of terrifying beings. Zeus, eternal lover of mortals and their whims, was cursed to fidelity for a mortal's lifetime by his spurned wife, Monkey King. A slippery trickster, he has crowned himself king of the primates, with ambitions for far greater. Can Radiant and Dyer be forced to resolve their primordial differences? Arkwarden's shattered psyche depends on this flimsy hope. Here we find a sanguine romantic whose feats of hedonism and recklessness are known even to myself. Mireska Sunbreeze. What more is there to say about this upstart fairy who left a life of privilege to swindle and grift her way through life? Obliterated. Another sacrifice upon the altar of chaos. Glittering gold. Trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood. See how cosmic chaos imposes an unearthly quiet where there should be clangor and bloodletting. This period of peace quietly masks the slow, boiling wrath that fuels this conflict. Perhaps I can regale you with tales of my ancestral home. Until there is need for me, forgotten tomes of unspeakable power await my study. Are idle hands truly the devil's workshop? My own deeds have required staggering labor, resources, and madness. Do you pause to reflect upon your unearned greatness? What kind of fool delays victory through spurious inaction? Are all towers toppled? Are all enemies buried? What idle madness bewitches you to pause so? All is tranquil, and unbridled aggression bides its time. All this greenery, this peacock's display of nature's resplendent attire, nauseating. I will return. The servants bring news from a fresh excavation beneath my manor. Does this gratuitous display of violence entertain you? Death stalks quietly nearby, closer than any mortal would suspect or hope. Will this battle be won for the bards and the tapestries, or will its chronicles scare children gathered around the campfire? The earth trembles as they enter battle. The end, I fear, is nigh. Can you feel the noose tighten? Their might is incomparable. Flee while you still are able. Blood will soak these fields. Seize the moment, or kneel. Fan the flames. Mold the metal. We are raising an army. The Dyer now have mega creeps. The Dyer now control the might of the mega creeps. Dyer have added mega creeps to their ranks. The Dyer now command the mega creeps. The enemy now has mega creeps. The enemy has gained the might of the mega creeps. They have forged an alliance with the mega creeps. They now command mega creeps. The Radiant now have mega creeps. The Radiant have the might of the mega creeps under their control. Radiant have added mega creeps to their ranks. The Radiant now command mega creeps. You now have mega creeps. You have the might of the mega creeps at your behest. Bar the doors, nail the shutters, and hide your children in the cellar. The mega creeps prowl again. You now command the ferocious mega creeps. Bottom is missing. Bottom has eluded you. Bottom is empty. The bottom path is silent. Missing bottom. Bottom has escaped detection. Bottom's enemies are eerily missing. Middle is missing. Middle has vanished. No enemies can be found on the middle path. Middle is silent. No one is safe. No enemies can be seen in middle. Middle lacks enemies. Top is missing. Take heed, top is missing. Now where has top gone to? Top's enemies skulk beyond detection. The top lane is devoid of enemies. Strange. Top lane is curiously empty. Written by a mad sorcerer, it opens gateways to terrifying vistas and summons profane beings into servitude. Was this chaos or incompetence? Ambition is challenged by the unworthy. An unfortunate outcome. Your flaws made crystal clear. Can another setback be tolerated? Scatter this mob and crush those responsible. Respond with steel, talon, and vicious purpose. Show these fools they have no possible hope, no means to victory. Will this impertinent go unchecked? Is this a sign defeat is near? An ominous event indeed. Revisit this offense thricefold upon the villainous perpetrators. Perhaps stern action can stem this offense. Will this lure them into treacherous overconfidence? This cannot be allowed to go unanswered. Dispose of this minor threat. They mean to undermine. Respond swiftly, enact painful vengeance. Quickly, put an end to this nuisance. Act decisively and avoid further loss. Poorly conceived strategy bears its terrible fruit. Vengeance is kindled, an undiscerning, uncontrollable force of destruction. Honor is stained by this humiliation. Respond without restraint. Even a mindless beast can turn the tide of battle. Always be on guard. The hazards of life and battle can fell a careless hero. The battle resumes. Dyer team, pick. Enemy's turn to pick. Foul plans forming in devious minds. Foul plans forming in devious minds. Radiant team, pick. Pick your hero. Your turn to pick. Bind its fate to your own. Choose wisely. A player has disconnected. Perhaps it is cowardice that subverts your will. I have foreseen your return. It is written in constellations, forgotten by time. A player has reconnected. They sense their mortality. Fear awakens. A crushing blow to their resolve. Press them further. Hope is kindled like a torch on a moonless night. Their resolve is fading. Thus despair takes root in their feeble minds. Power grows, but never forget, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Strike another blow. Keep them off balance. They shall know fear and apprehension. Thrill at this growing influence. A masterful stroke. Splendidly executed. Havoc wreaked with peculiar wrath. Their descendants shall speak of this in hushed, anxious tones. Splendid. Know now that your doom was graven in the stones beneath my manor. Perhaps next time you will know better than to stir conflict with your betters, or those more cruel than yourself. Yet again, ambition is greater than might, another fool forgotten, drowned in the sands of time. Defeat can be a powerful teacher. However, I fear sometimes you may not be the most apt of pupils. Savor the lamentations of your fallen foe and their pathetic kin. Harvest the fruits of your atrocious acts and feats of unhinged cunning. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this one, not today. Dyer's bottom barracks are under attack. Dyer's bottom barracks cannot last long under this ferocious attack. Dyer's bottom barracks are under siege. Fools! Dyer's bottom barracks is being destroyed. Dyer's middle barracks are under attack. Dyer's middle barracks cannot last long under this ferocious attack. Dyer's middle barracks are under siege. Fools! Dyer's middle barracks is being destroyed. Dyer's top barracks are under attack. Dyer's top barracks cannot last long under this ferocious attack. Dyer's top barracks are under siege. Fools! Dyer's top barracks is being destroyed. The enemy seeks to destroy your top barracks. The enemy seeks to destroy your middle barracks. The enemy seeks to destroy your bottom barracks. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's foes converge on its bottom barracks. Radiant has allowed their bottom barracks to be attacked. Radiant's bottom barracks are swarmed by their enemies. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's foes converge on its middle barracks. Radiant has allowed their middle barracks to be attacked. Radiant's middle barracks are swarmed by their enemies. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's foes converge on its top barracks. Radiant has allowed their top barracks to be attacked. Radiant's top barracks are swarmed by their enemies. Your bottom barracks are under attack. Your bottom barracks shudders under the blows of the enemy. Your bottom barracks are being torn asunder. Your middle barracks are under attack. Your middle barracks shudders under the blows of the enemy. Your middle barracks are being torn asunder. Your top barracks are under attack. Your top barracks shudders under the blows of the enemy. Your top barracks are being torn asunder. Dyer must now survive without its bottom barracks. Dyer's bottom barracks are now in ruins. Dyer's bottom barracks have collapsed under the blows of the enemy. Dyer must now survive without its middle barracks. Dyer's middle barracks are now in ruins. Dyer's middle barracks have collapsed under the blows of the enemy. Dyer must now survive without its top barracks. Dyer's top barracks are now in ruins. Dyer's top barracks have collapsed under the blows of the enemy. The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen. The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen to your shrewd tactics. The enemy's bottom barracks have been ransacked. The enemy's middle barracks have fallen. The enemy's middle barracks have been ransacked. The enemy's middle barracks have fallen to your shrewd tactics. The enemy's top barracks have fallen. The enemy's top barracks have been ransacked. The enemy's top barracks have fallen to your shrewd tactics. Radiant's bottom barracks were allowed to fall. Radiant is now without its bottom barracks. Radiant has surrendered its bottom barracks. Radiant's middle barracks were allowed to fall. Radiant is now without its middle barracks. Radiant has surrendered its middle barracks. Radiant's top barracks were allowed to fall. Radiant is now without its top barracks. Radiant has surrendered its top barracks. Your bottom barracks have fallen. Your foes have pillaged your bottom barracks, leaving them in ruin. You have allowed your bottom barracks to be destroyed. Your middle barracks have fallen. Your foes have pillaged your middle barracks, leaving them in ruin. You have allowed your middle barracks to be destroyed. Your top barracks have fallen. Your foes have pillaged your top barracks, leaving them in ruin. You have allowed your top barracks to be destroyed. Do not squander this fresh opportunity to finally prove your value. Endeavor to treat this vessel better than the last. What strange forces have returned you to this terrible field of battle? Witness flesh reformed and bone made whole, product of ambition and singular bloodlust. Roshan has fallen to the Dyer. Dyer has defeated Roshan. They now wield the aegis of immortality. Dyer's cunning maneuvers have undone Roshan. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant has defeated Roshan. They now wield the aegis of immortality. Radiant's bold maneuvers have gained them victory over Roshan. Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. Gold is both the means and the ends of war. Sharp steel and esoteric artifacts, anything to ensure your precarious dominance. Dyer's team is complete. An army made of carries is doomed to die at the hands of the unwashed and their pitchforks. A sword needs no healing. A spear begs no solace. Only fools battle without support. Radiant's team is complete. Your team is complete. Reserve time. Dyer's bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's bottom tower is the target of clearly superior forces. Dyer's bottom tower is ravaged by the enemy. Radiant's tactics are to be admired. Radiant is wreaking havoc. Radiant's carnage is unceasing. Radiant seethes with the madness that only the carnage of war can bring. Radiant takes another strong, certain step towards glory. It is whispered that Radiant employs an unspeakably cruel tribe of cave witches, vanished children, rites clothed in moonless black. Take heed, Radiant, or overconfidence can be a slow and insidious killer. Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower is being assaulted, thanks to their flawed tactics. Dyer's middle tower is ravaged by the enemy. Dyer's top tower is under attack. Dyer miscalculated, and now their top tower is under siege. Dyer's top tower is under siege. Foes threaten Dyer's top tower. Dyer's top tower is ravaged by the enemy. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. How much more, I wonder, can it withstand? I fear it will crumble soon. Will it fall? Cold stone itself, fracturing, toppling. A foregone conclusion. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is assailed by fiends who seek its destruction. Radiant's bottom tower is under fiendish assault. Enemies gather at Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower is threatened by fiends. Dyer has found an opening. Dyer has slipped by Radiant. Dyer's forces are relentless. Clever Dyer has found a vital weakness. See how Dyer grasps Radiant by the throat. Dyer's lust for violence blossoms under the unseen rays of Algol, the demon star. Beware, Dyer, for overconfidence can be a slow and insidious killer. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower thunders with blows from their enemy. Radiant's middle tower is under fiendish assault. Enemies gather at Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's middle tower is threatened by fiends. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant has foolishly exposed their top tower to attack. Radiant's top tower is under fiendish assault. Enemies gather at Radiant's top tower. Radiant's top tower is threatened by fiends. Your bottom tower is under attack. The fiends threaten your bottom tower. Your bottom tower is besieged by villains. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is being mobbed. The enemy swarms your bottom tower. Weakness, idiocy, defend your bottom tower. A brilliant stratagem. Or perhaps your witless malaise has opened your bottom tower to the adversary. Act swiftly to regain your advantage. They cannot be allowed to get away with this. Grind them to a pulp beneath the heel of your boot. Make them pay. Make them suffer. Show them you will not tolerate such a brazen affront. Your middle tower is being attacked. Your middle tower is being mobbed. Protect your middle tower if you wish to hold your edge. The enemy swarms your middle tower. The fiends threaten your middle tower. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower buckles under the seething assault of your enemies. Your middle tower, it may be under siege. I'm busy with my studies. Your middle tower will soon be forgotten if you delay any longer. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower shakes with violence. Your top tower is threatened. Your top tower quakes under a fiendish assault. The fiends threaten your top tower. Your top tower is being mobbed. The enemy swarms your top tower. See to your top tower, it is under duress. Brigands wielding cruel instruments of war swarm your top tower. Dyer's bottom tower has been denied. Dyer's bottom tower has been sacrificed. Dyer's middle tower has been denied. Dyer's middle tower has been sacrificed. Dyer's top tower has been sacrificed. The enemy's bottom tower has been denied. Fie! The damnable fools denied you their bottom tower. The enemy's bottom tower was denied from your rampaging forces. Your foe's bottom tower was sacrificed. You are denied. The enemy's middle tower has been denied. Fie! The damnable fools denied you their middle tower. The enemy's middle tower was denied from your rampaging forces. Your foe's middle tower was sacrificed. You are denied. The enemy's top tower has been denied. Fie! The damnable fools denied you their top tower. The enemy's top tower was denied from your rampaging forces. The fiends destroyed their own top tower, denying you their spoils. An extreme but necessary measure. Self-destruction is glorious in all of its expressions. Better to quickly sever the hand than lose an arm to rot. Clever indeed. Radiant's bottom tower has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower has been sacrificed. Radiant's middle tower has been denied. Radiant's middle tower has been sacrificed. Radiant's top tower has been denied. Radiant's top tower has been sacrificed. Denied. You denied the enemy the spoils of your bottom tower, and in exchange they encroach ever closer. Be it spite or calculated malice, you have denied them your bottom tower. Your bottom tower was demolished to deny it from the clutches of your foes. Denied. You denied the enemy the spoils of your middle tower, and in exchange they encroach ever closer. Be it spite or calculated malice, you have denied them your middle tower. Your middle tower was demolished just in time to deny it from your enemies. Your top tower has been denied. You denied the enemy the spoils of your top tower, and in exchange they encroach ever closer. Be it spite or calculated malice, you have denied them your top tower. Your top tower was demolished to deny it to the enemy. Dyer's bottom tower has fallen. Dyer's bottom tower has been reduced to ashes and rubble. Dyer's bottom tower has been destroyed. Dyer's bottom tower has been crushed. Dyer's middle tower has fallen. Dyer's middle tower has fallen to the enemy. Dyer's middle tower has been destroyed. Dyer's middle tower has been crushed. Dyer's top tower has fallen. Dyer's top tower has been razed to the ground. Dyer's top tower has been utterly destroyed. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. The Fiend's bottom tower is no more. The enemy's bottom tower has succumbed to your unyielding will. The enemy has lost its bottom tower. And with their bottom tower demolished, you have taken another decisive step towards victory. Their bottom tower lies in ruin. Forces now plunder trinkets and baubles from its rubble. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Your enemy's middle tower was smashed into dust. Your foe's middle tower has been utterly destroyed. The enemy has lost its middle tower. Their middle tower has been crushed by your forces. They have lost their middle tower, and I admit a measure of surprise and even curiosity at this unexpected turn of events. The enemy's top tower has fallen. Your foe's top tower has been crushed to rubble. The enemy's top tower has crumbled. The enemy has lost his top tower. Finally, you have destroyed their top tower. And so you have shattered their topmost tower. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light? But will it be enough? Success measured by magnitude of martial destruction. Can't you see you're only feeding the cycle itself? Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant has failed to protect their bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower has been utterly destroyed. Radiant's bottom tower has been crushed. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant has forfeited their middle tower. Radiant's middle tower has been utterly destroyed. Radiant's middle tower has been crushed. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant has lost their top tower to the enemy. Radiant's top tower has been utterly destroyed. Radiant's top tower has been crushed. Your bottom tower has fallen. Your bottom tower has been reduced to ash. Your bottom tower has been lost. Your bottom tower has been toppled. Your bottom tower has been razed to the ground. Your bottom tower has been crushed. What pathetic news. Your bottom tower crumbles to dust as we speak. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower has been toppled by the enemy. Your middle tower has been lost. Your middle tower has been razed to the ground. Your middle tower has been crushed. Your middle tower lies in ruin, desecrated by those who would make you kneel. Cower in shame, for your middle tower is toppled by forces greater than your own. Your top tower has fallen. Your top tower has been reduced to ash. Your top tower has been obliterated. Your top tower has been lost. Your top tower has been razed to the ground. Your top tower has been crushed. Your top tower is in ruin, desecrated by those who would make you kneel. All pick. All pick, choose quickly. This motley assortment begs to bleed through you. Choose a hero to serve your twisted aims. All pick, all random. Let the fickle RNG cast your lot. Let the cold uncertainty of existence guide your hand. Captain's draft. Captain's mode. Can one lone fool be trusted with this responsibility? It takes great courage or greater ignorance to govern the fates of others. Reverse Captain's mode. Reverse Captain's mode. Odd. Deathmatch, my favorite. Easy mode. Easy mode. By your leave, be it fate or fortune. Least played, so be it. Least played. Interesting choice. Least played. A mode whose existence has fostered endless debates, even blood feuds, among fervent scholars of the human psyche. Mid only. Least played. All conflict invites tragedy. Random draft. Give up your fate to those blind gods who tumble, mad, screaming through the void. Single draft. Carnage resumes, undiscerning, unrelenting. Continue this wild expression of wrath. You may resume your unflinching conflict. Proceed with your pointless contest of cruelty. The sands of time resume their tumble down into oblivion, unaffected by the outcome of this futile battle. Dire victory. Dyer has brought doom to those that dared oppose them. Dyer has crushed Radiant. Radiant has accepted defeat. Dyer has won. Radiant victory. Radiant's masterful application of violence has shattered the will of their foes. Radiant has visited a terrifying fate upon the Fiends that defied them. Dyer has yielded to Radiant's complete domination. Salutations. Sharpen your blade. It begins. Dust off your tomes of forbidden knowledge. Mortal, welcome. Come and seek refuge from blinding daylight. The sun has set as bleak doom stirs between the stars. Desire for slaughter stirs unabated by the promise of a new day. Soon, the witching hour. Dyer's heroes have been killed to the last. Murder revisited. And now, there lie two, companions unto death. A second slain. Surrender to this fiend, or be cut down like the rest. Witness this singular bloodlust. First blood. The first crimson drop is spilled. Death. The spark that kindles the unquenchable conflagration of conflict. Fate demanded this sacrifice. Back to the pit! This is no battlefield, this is a slaughterhouse. An unthinkable bloodbath. A fourth slain. 4 graves in need of digging. The assassin takes a 4th victim. Does this wicked individual have no equal? This one is devoted to the art of murder. What cruel gods stand by and allow this atrocity to continue? A 5th headstone has been commissioned in haste. 5 killed in the name of bloodlust. 5 lives snuffed like a candle buffeted by the wings of death. Fear this new reaper. Wrath personified. All kneel to the one who would rival death itself. All of Radiant's heroes are slain. 3 torn asunder. More doomed souls have been torn from their mortal flesh. Death delights in this destruction. One more to throw on the growing corpse pile. Such a sequence of horrifying violence. Murder everywhere. Reason trampled by wrath. What wicked slaughter. Eldritch forces beyond sight, beyond reason, are drawn to this unparalleled massacre. Like a rabid fox in a henhouse. Murder made art. The bodies piled even higher. A grisly Tower of Babel. Prepare the lime pits. The graveyard is full. A rampage beyond reason, beyond sanity. Scores now lie dead, uncountable by mortal reckoning. Third's the bloody charm. Who will weep for this trio of victims? A third victim falls. Can anyone put a stop to this masterful slayer?